I am Peter Armstrong. I am 11 years old, and we are in Grace Lutheran Church right now. And you can.
I'm Linda Schwab. I'm 75 years old. We're in Grace Church. I grew up in Chicago, lived in Indiana, and now live in River Forest.
So, if you want to pick a question, here are some of them. Has faith played a role in your life? Some school experiences and stories. And then you could also do, like, if you were, like, working in a homeless shelter, like, if you helped, like, any of that kind of stuff. Food, making food bags, and then also you could tell about someone who has influenced your life.
Okay. I feel my blessings have really been my family, because I had a very nice family, and that's one of the reasons I come to church and have all my beliefs, because when I was little, we brought this, and I think that's a very, very fortunate thing that God is in my life and walks with me. Last January, my sister died, but I still feel she's with me, and that God is with me all the time, and I think that's a wonderful blessing.
Yeah, it is.
As for volunteering, I do bring canned goods to church and all that kind of stuff. I've really only volunteered at animal shelters.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and that's been nice, except you want to take the animals home.
Yeah.
And I have taken some animals home. Actually, I now have just one dog and 4 cats.
Wow.
Yeah, the cats just seem, you get one and then you get another. But I'd love to have another dog, but this one does not like other dogs, so I just have one. At one point I had 3.
3?
But, yeah.
Did you have the 4 cats at that time too?
I think we just had 2 or 3 cats then.
That's a lot of pets.
Yeah, the 3 of them got along really well. I thought of them as 3 musketeers. And that's a blessing too, I think, having animals in your life. Because some children are afraid of dogs and that.
Yeah, that's...
and I think it's a blessing to be comfortable with animals.
Yeah,
and I've also done things with the environment, with the prairies, and using native plants and that, because I think that's real important to our environment, to keep it going like that. So those things are important to me. The environment and the animals, I think, is all part of God's plan, part of our world.
Yeah. And then, if you want to do any other ones, like school experience, like how it used to be.
Well, I remember when I was in school, they didn't have all the advanced placement classes and stuff. And I was very advanced in reading because my sister wouldn't play with me. She was always reading books. So I had to read too. I wasn't very advanced in math and things, so I was glad that I'd be in the last, the dumbest class there. And we all had to dress a certain way. Now you think...
Every school had to dress in uniforms? Or?
No, it wasn't uniforms, but you had a certain... Like the girls didn't wear jeans or pants, you wore a dress or a skirt, that kind of thing. And you had to look a certain way. And you always had to ask permission for everything.
Like, was homework different? Did you have,
Well, we didn't have computers or anything.
Yeah, so you had to,
We had little typewriters. That was the big thing, typewriters. And electric typewriters coming in, that was fantastic. So I think computers are wonderful because you can look up all this stuff so much more easily. Yeah, it's really great. And if you type a paper, you don't have to worry about making mistakes.
Yeah, because it autocorrects a lot. So.
Yeah, and I remember typing a paper, and then you had to change something, and I'd wear a hole in the paper trying to erase something and put something else in. So it's much easier now. I think much nicer for all of you.
Yeah.
We're
lucky.
I can remember when we got our first phone. I can remember when we got our first TV. That really seems like an ancient.
Yeah.
But I think things have happened fairly fast. I remember being excited when you could just take a phone outside.
Because they were always on the wall.
Yeah, you could just take it a few feet outside. And now I think it's wonderful that they have these phones.
Yeah.
So you can contact somebody wherever. I think that's great.
Yeah, that's a nice thing to have.
And it's also, what's nice is that with the cell phones, you don't have to worry about paying long distance costs and stuff like that. Because my dad was from Germany, and when he came over here when he was 18, and they only had a few letters they could send. You couldn't phone somebody; it was so expensive. Then the war came, and you couldn't even mail things. So it's hard, I think.
So that must have been hard.
Yeah, I would think so.
And like,
someone has influenced my life.
yeah, someone has influenced you.
Probably my sister, because she was into like reading and travel and doing puzzles. She's a very intelligent person, and so she's probably influenced me the most. She got us traveling to different places, and so we traveled really all over, and that was really great to see things.
What do you think your favorite country has been to see?
I think it's Africa.
Africa?
Yeah, with the animals and the whole thing here. Yeah.
Did you go on a safari?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, that's cool.
And this was before everybody was going. Now
Yeah.
everybody's going on safaris, but when we went, it was not that kind of thing.
So it was just kind of like quiet and
Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice. And we also went to Egypt because we were in Africa. We were taking a long trip. And the nice thing there is that it was right when something happened in Egypt. The Egyptian president left or something. But it was very quiet in Egypt. There was nobody traveling. There was nobody at our hotel. So if you went to some of these big monuments and things, it was more like it would be in the Egyptian days because it was very quiet and there's nobody there but you. And I remember they took us into one tomb, which people don't usually get to see. And it was very dark, and they don't light it. There's just mirrors to light it. And I almost fell in the hole in the tomb, which would have scared me to death. But but that was very interesting too because it was easy and calm, and there was not all the tour buses and all that kind of stuff. So that was kind of nice. But I think Africa was really great. And actually, for a while, I did volunteer at the Lincoln Park Zoo giving tours. And that was kind of fun. Yeah, that was fun. Anything else?
Maybe maybe a time you maybe saw God. Like just you think you saw God.
I think I feel that God is kind of always with me in everything. But I do remember one time when I was fairly young, maybe 8 or 9, being in another church and just having this wonderful impression of God being there. I felt I should do something spiritual, but I didn't know what, but being young and just having a real thought that the God is real. He is here. I think the devil is real too these days. Sometimes you think somebody is there tempting you to do things.
Yeah,
but I think just when I was little, it was kind of like that, and I've always then felt that God was with me, and sometimes I think you feel like two voices in your head, which sounds kind of crazy. Yeah, one is saying do this, and the other is saying bad things over here. So I used to not believe that there was an actual devil, but sometimes now I do think there's a real evil there sometimes.